Welcome back to another episode of Real Chill Conversations. This week, we're going to get into it. I had to get myself a little cocktail. So, cheers.
I need
Sit
one.
down, relax, join us while we talk about what in the world is going on in the world. I mean, my goodness. We're
What
going to
in
take
the
a second.
world is going on?
We're going to take a second, though, before we get started. How was your week overall? Aside from what was happening in the world, how was your world and your space this week?
I felt so tired
Mm,
and drained. I'm not going to lie. Like
mhm.
this week was definitely a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people saying that right now, especially with everything that's going on. It's like it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot for I'm not gonna lie, there was a time where I kind of like wanted to block all that out for a minute,
Yeah.
only because I know how deep I can get into it.
Right. Right.
And I talked to you about it many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know I can get real deep.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to bag back and be like, okay, Dominique, that's enough.
Hmm.
You did enough of that. And I see myself going back down that rabbit hole.
Going down the rabbit hole. It's so easy to get sucked down into that rabbit hole. We trip into it, we fall into it, we get drawn into it, we get pulled into it, but we find ourselves going down that hole. And it was like, for me, I think it was like 2 days I wasn't really into anything on social media or watching the news. So I didn't know what was going on. And like you would ask me, like, did you hear about this? And I'd be like, no. Like then I'll open up my social medias and I'm looking at the news and looking at YouTube videos and news recaps. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? What is happening? I see why I was staying away because I would have been stressed out had I been aware of all these different situations going on. Okay.
So stressed out.
So
So
stressed.
stressed out. So I do have to pull myself back from that. I like to be positive. Like
Right.
I love positivity and I like spreading positivity because I do like to uplift people.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Um, I've been through a lot myself, so I had to uplift myself.
Yeah.
And I started to surround myself around people that would do the same for me
Positive.
because
Yes.
it's very draining when you're surrounded around people that's just for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about that. Energy vampires, I
Yes.
call them. Energy vampires. They
Yes.
literally
So
suck the life out of you.
it will happen. It will definitely happen, you guys. So that's why I try to keep up positivity because life is already hard. Life is
So
hard,
hard.
Brenda.
So
So
hard. I
life
mean,
be lifing.
it is so hard. I wish I had this, I had known about this before I chose the topic to talk about, what's going on in the world today. But this kind of does tie into it. So I'll kick it off with this. I came across some information. It's tax time. People are filing their taxes and anticipating their tax returns to do various things with. Some people are using that money because they have bills that they need to pay, or they have an expensive repair that needs to be done, like on their home or their car,
Yep.
or maybe they're going to use that money to buy a car or put a down payment on a home. People have kids that are going to school. Maybe they're paying college tuition. Like, who knows? There's any number of reasons. But tax time is here. We know we're trying to file our taxes and see what our little change is going to be that we're going to get back. And
Little change.
I saw from a financial analyst, the financial analyst said, mic on, check, check, that if you earn $100,000 a year, you are considered lower middle class.
100,000.
You need to be making almost $300,000 a year to be considered just middle class, not even upper middle class, just middle class. So, lower middle class is just two steps away from being at poverty level.
Yeah. That's true.
So we're in a state of living where you literally need multiple streams of income, multiple sources of revenue in order to
Literally.
just be able to sustain the basic fundamentals that are going on in life. And now we're getting dragged into this damn war that's going on. And
Mm.
we have all these different things that are impacting, our future and our children's futures. And I'm just like, I can't take it. I cannot take it.
I think we're all trying to figure out what's happening right now.
So
Um, Go
I'm
ahead. I'm
glad that
sorry.
I'm no, I'm glad that you said that we're all trying to figure it out. For you, just for because I know that you're a very curious person like I am, and you like to do your research. We like going down the rabbit hole. We like doing the deep dives.
But then it's hard to get out.
And it's hard to get out, but it'll be hours and hours, and we still researching and still reading and looking at stuff and watching videos and whatnot. But for you, what do you think for you is what is it that you have been trying to figure out? Is it the state of our economy? Is it what we're doing in terms of healthcare, education? I mean, because there's lots of things that are happening that have to deal with all these different subjects. And it's literally mind blowing. And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, we have got to talk about this stuff and what's happening. What are you trying to figure out for your own self and for your feeling like you're able to share and contribute information to others because you've done the research and done the work and you know what's happening? What is it that you're trying to figure out? What
Do
the
we still
world for
got to
you?
pay rent? No, I'm just playing.
Still
Y'all,
gonna
on the
pay rent,
serious
still gonna
note,
pay that mortgage.
on the serious note, though, I
I'm a
see
mute
so
so there's no
much.
echo, but go ahead.
Okay. So I just want to say that that was a joke, but still, people do think like that, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those. Okay. But I see so much I going on that I just want to know, like, what are they trying to do right now? What is going to be the outcome of this? Because we're seeing the picture, but trust and believe there's a picture behind that one, and it's a bigger picture. And that's the picture we don't see. A lot of people are kind of waking up to it gradually. I have seen more people now than ever that actually is waking up to a lot of things that's going on around us. But I just try to stay grounded um, because there's too much information to take in. With the taking the people out, new regulations while we're asleep, new laws put into place while we're sleeping, new war, allegedly, new war that you just don't know. You really don't know. You really don't know what's going to happen. Food prices up the roof. Gas price, baby. Let me not talk about gas prices going back up. Okay, and it's just too much going on at one time. The weather is acting funny. It's acting crazy. We about to have. We about to be back. So yeah, it's a lot of things. A lot. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Um, so
It's too
there really
much.
is there's a lot, really a lot to unpack. I mentioned, finances, you mentioned grocery prices, gas prices. Let us not get started about that. You know, the state of our government and being in this alleged war. And it's not just one. I mean, we have multiple battles that are going on. And like you said, there's only so much information that we're being made aware of. They're letting us know what they want us to know. There is so much more going on behind the curtain that we don't have an awareness of. And that's the part that really frightens me, because the little bits that are trickling out right now about what's happening, oh honey, it's a fright for sure.
And
Now,
uncertainty feels louder.
it
I don't
does.
think that too many of us can predict exactly what's going to happen because some things happened and we didn't know. We had no idea it was going to happen.
Right. Right.
We knew it was uncertain, but we didn't know to what point.
Exactly.
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It feels like chaos to me. Um,
Do you feel a loss of control? Like, do you feel like there's very little that you have control over in these times?
yes.
Yeah,
I
same.
definitely feel like that, but I do try to stay calm and prepared because I'm not about to lose my peace,
No,
okay,
no.
over this.
Right.
But I do feel, just my personal opinion, I do feel like people is trying to bring something upon us that was written very quickly.
Yep.
Y'all know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll let
It,
y'all decipher that.
if you know, you know. If you know, you
If you
know.
know, you know.
We
If you
gotta
don't
watch it.
know,
We gotta
you
watch what
need
we
to.
say. Gotta watch what we say so we don't get in trouble. But with this escalating crisis that's going on between Iran and the U.S., the U.S. strikes that have been hitting major Iranian oil infrastructures, it's causing a global economic shockwave. Fuel prices are going through the roof. Intense fighting is happening in the Middle East. Also, there's nonsense going on in the Ukraine. But the issue with the fuel
Oh,
prices and the issue with the battles that are going on, this is all impacting our goods and services. So the goods and services, the groceries, the products, the things that we import from other countries, that's affecting us because of where we are right now and in this alleged war, multiple battles that we have going on. So you're not seeing things, you're not crazy. Gas prices are going up, food prices are going up. There is a reason why we're seeing more and more empty shelves. And it's not necessarily because we're all running out and we're doing panic buying. It's because it's literally not available. It's becoming less available to us. We are losing our access to goods and services. And so this is not a good thing at all. It's a terrible scenario and a terrible situation to be in. We have got uh, another partial shutdown going on with the government. So again, people are scrambling and doing all these things, trying to make their flights, catch their flights. I had a friend come in from out of town. They were canceling flights left and right. She was in the TSA line for 3 hours before she could get through security. The person in front of her, their flight actually was canceled. You know,
you
traveling
should
is
have
just,
seen. Somebody was reporting the airport. It was packed.
it was. I was there. I saw it with my eyes. I saw it
But
with my
I'm going to say this too, though. Now that you mentioned Ukraine, I do remember when Zelensky was actually having allegedly, because we don't know what's real and what's fake on TV no more.
right.
Since they came out with AI, they think everything is AI.
Mhm.
Little do people know if I'm AI right here sitting down.
Right.
No, I'm a real person. But
As I
anyway,
as I pinch
uh,
myself.
but he did tell them, he said, what he said about there is an ocean that separates America, right?
Mhm. Right.
That's protecting us. But after he got done saying what he's saying, they yelled at him.
Yes.
Did you see that
Yes.
back in 2025?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, but he did mention allegedly how we would need our allies one day.
Mm-hmm.
So I see many service members as well online saying that things are not going okay.
Not going okay.
And I
That
have seen a lot of soldiers also saying how this is spiritual.
yeah. Yep. And these are people, our service members are, they are getting even more information, than we have. I mean, because they're helping, the government and assisting with different things, whether they're being dispatched to different cities and states due to relief for different storms. I mean, we've had ice storms and crazy flooding going on in all kinds of places, and people have needed help and relief, and they've needed to call in armies and national guards to help assist with things. You have people that are trying to flee at this point and trying to leave the United States and get to Canada because they're afraid of bombings, alleged bombings that are
Right.
going to be happening over here. I know you and I spoke briefly about it, but the mention of things being deployed in California, and then them using California as a distraction. So our government will focus on the wrong area, and then we'll be taking the hit over here on the East Coast.
And I went down this rabbit hole today now that you mentioned California,
Yeah.
where they said the US has allegedly lost 6 nuclear.
Yep. And how do you lose them? How do they get lost?
One had to be dropped in the ocean in TB Island.
Had to.
How do we
Had to.
know
Yep.
nobody else have this?
Exactly. Exactly. We don't, that's the thing. We don't know what their weaponry is. They're making estimations and guesstimations, and at one point, when they have their summit talks and they everybody agrees to be transparent and bring everything to the table, and it's like, I will deploy mine if you don't deploy yours, and we'll cease fire and we'll be friendly here, and if you need backup, we'll send in troops and assist you. If we need backup, you'll send in troops and assist us. I mean, there's just so much going on with the weaponry in and of itself. Like, that's a whole nother scary scenario. And you're talking about losing weapons?
And there were also talks about drafts,
Drafts?
allegedly.
Let me say this. That is an
Allegedly.
absolute, no, that's not alleged. That is a real thing, because I'll tell you this. My son, 17 years old, he's doing a dual enrollment where he's going to take college classes and high school classes his senior year, right?
Yeah.
In order to qualify for this program, it is mandated that he registers with the Selective Service in order to be able to even participate in the program. He can't even participate in the program if he doesn't register. If
How do
he's
you feel about
18
that?
by the time he does that. I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death of it. I want him to just graduate high school, go on, play his sports, get his education, and keep it moving. I don't want
Right.
him having to go anywhere and be in anybody's battle. He's still my baby. Yeah, they're gonna tell me that they're gonna put him through boot camp, and yeah, his dad
Mm.
was in the Navy, so he's got some kind of understanding and can kind of explain it. But that doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good that you're basing a young man's ability, and it's only for boys. Girls don't have to register for the Selective Service, as antiquated as all of our laws and everything is.
Oh,
But
I
what
thought I
pisses
saw something on there about women too.
did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see, because I did not, that is news to me. I did not know that. Let me check.
Yeah.
But
I
but
think
the
the
fact
only
that
way you are protected is if you have a disability.
if you have a disability, okay. Um, the fact that you're hinging
Allegedly.
allegedly, the fact that you're hinging a person's ability to qualify for a higher education and the ability to get benefits for a higher education is hinging on the fact that you have to register to be in the service, a branch of the service, to me is just very disturbing. It's very frightening. Very
It
frightening.
is.
I'm
Do you
looking it
think
up.
money will be worth anything by the time we get done with all of this?
No.
I
Okay.
don't think so either.
So it says here women are not currently required to register for the Selective Service in the United States. The Military Selective Service Act specifically authorizes the registration of male persons only, meaning women are exempt. Registration is mandatory for male U.S. citizens and male immigrants residing in the U.S. who are aged 18 through 25. So the current law is only men born male are required to register.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we're exempt.
Yeah. So they'll pull something out of their hat. They'll pull something out of their hat where women will have to participate and have to join in it as well.
It's so many
Um,
things. Like tomorrow, something can change this quick.
this
I've
quick.
seen it.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
I don't even know what I'm experiencing right now.
I mean,
I
I
wake
wake up.
up.
Yeah, like you. I wake up in the middle of the night and maybe I'm scrolling on my phone and I'm taking a look at something and I see like all of a sudden they're canceling like TSA pre-check. They're canceling, that benefit that had you bypass the security line to be able to get through for your flights and your travel, canceled. They just pulled it.
Not cancel.
Canceled. Pulled it. Pulled it.
And
Program
yet,
has
now
been
that
pulled.
you're talking about planes, there has been so many instances where planes have really having to make emergency stops because someone says it's a BOMB
Yep. On board.
allegedly
On
on
board.
board. So you
Mm-hmm.
have people, putting their hands down. They have to stop the whole flight.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of that going on.
Having
That's
to turn
why
around and go
I
back to the gate.
said
Having to turn around and go back to the gate. Pulling people off planes because of things like that. I mean, it's really, really wild times. So I don't
I'm
think
not
I'm going to
going
be
anywhere.
going anywhere anytime soon. Definitely not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. There's travel warnings everywhere. There are other countries, they have travel warnings saying allegedly, don't go to the US. So it's like everybody have travel warnings for their
Yeah, I mean,
citizens right
there
now.
was something that was saying that if you leave, if let's say you have German citizenship and let's say you happen to be visiting in the United States, they're
Hmm.
saying that Germany is saying that there's no guarantee that they will let you in. They'll let you back in after being in the United States and trying to return
Yeah,
and coming back home because of the state that we're in. Allegedly, I mean, we'll say allegedly all podcast long, just to keep ourselves covered.
I
But all of
would.
this is
I would.
very well documented. You could look it up yourself. You can search it. I mean, it'll come up. It's
It's for
really,
entertainment
really,
purposes only.
yes. So
Woo!
what do you think? How do you feel about the whole situation that we're experiencing with Iran and the Israeli conflict? I mean, why did our leader, the person that's sitting in the office, make this decision to initiate this activity based on a gut feeling, knowing that it was going to cause the fuel to increase, cost of living with groceries to increase, the stock market, the value of people that invest and have stock. People are losing money. That's why when you ask the question, is money going to be worth anything after this? My answer is going to be no.
My answer is going to be no too, but I mostly look at it as we've always had a leader that
Yep.
represents on the outside. But
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like allegedly there are people running the background.
In the background. Yep.
So when people were electing, I think some people knew. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people knew.
Yep.
But what I've heard a lot was you just got to pick one.
Right.
You just got to pick one side of a lesser,
The lesser of two evils.
right. I did hear a lot of that.
So
But
you're right.
I just feel like people in the background is really trying to make something come to light, and
Mm-hmm.
they keep pushing it by doing all of these things that is actually written in the Bible per se.
So let me ask you this question. I'm just curious as to your thoughts on this. So, like it's been a thing now, like for years and years
Allegedly.
and years. Um, the Epstein files, right? And the Epstein files like finally coming to light. Do you feel like the release of that information and that information being made public and people having an awareness of who's in the files and what's going on in the files, do you think the decision to declare an act of war is in some kind of egomaniac way of trying to deflect from a certain individual also being named in these files?
It's certainly trying to do that. I don't
Yeah.
know if people are doing that intentionally,
Hmm.
but people haven't forgotten. It's
Hmm.
not like we can say we never saw those files and
Right.
somebody has unredacted files.
Yes. Yes.
Could that be why?
I mean, it could. I mean, it to me like it would
Who
not.
has the files that was not redacted?
Let me check. I know I just had it not that long ago.
Because why are we redacting files? Especially when it comes to pedals and stuff. Like, that's
Right.
real serious stuff.
Okay.
So, um, yeah, it's just, and right now they're stating that Russia allegedly is helping out with intelligence with Iran.
Hmm.
That's also have been reported as well. But to me, I mean, aren't they allies? I mean, I'm not sure. I believe so. I know Iran came out and they actually spoke about that, and it was like, well,
Yeah.
we've been working together.
Exactly.
That's not a secret.
Exactly.
Um,
So
I really want to know if the
what?
prime minister is actually still alive, though, because it's so weird.
It's a good
And I'm
question.
talking about the prime minister of Israel.
Yeah.
There was a video allegedly that came out and he was speaking, and in the video,
Hmm.
he had six fingers. Did you see that?
Yes. And that's like a typical trip off sign of something being AI created is the AI inability
Right.
to get the fingers right
Hmm.
on their videos. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Um,
I'm telling you, I believe AI was drawn. This is just my personal opinion. See, this was all coming. This was already in the works, regardless. Okay. But I
mhm.
believe they put AI out at the same time that everything was coming into fruition. So
You're right.
it can
Yes.
distract us from the truth,
The
because now
distraction.
it's a distract AI is a distraction.
Mhm.
It's a distraction because now anybody can put something out and they can easily tell you, oh, that was AI.
Right. It was AI generated,
It
and
was
now we're
not me. It was
right.
AI.
It was
It
AI.
was not
Right. Now we're gonna blame it all on AI. Well, since you
me
asked,
sitting at the bar drinking. Y'all, that was
yeah,
not me. That was
yeah, no,
AI.
that was AI. Didn't you see my sixth finger held up with my glass? My sixth finger held up with my glass. So there was a lot of, just going back to the prime minister of Israel, there was a lot of misinformation and rumors that were surfacing as of early March 2026 regarding the health and safety of the incumbent prime minister of Israel. And he is still alive, allegedly. I mean, it's being reported that he's still alive.
Okay.
Um, it's reporting his actual office is reported and confirmed that he's fine. He's been spotted making several public appearances and appearances as well on social media to help dismiss the rumors, including a video of him appearing live in a cafe. But again,
I don't
that
know. There's
video
so
that
many
video
conflicting
that
reports.
video being of him being in a cafe could be AI generated.
Yeah.
So, it could be a huge cover up. But it's the distraction of it all for me. It's like it's the timing of all these different things happening. Like how unlucky do we have to be to have all this stuff falling apart in the world all at the same time? It's not a coincidence, right? So now we're tying back to what you were saying about it being written in the word. So what in the world is it, are we at that point where we need to be thinking about end of times? I don't want to be morbid here, but just realistically thinking and thinking about the future. Should we be saving for retirement, or do we need to be building bunkers? Like what's going to happen, 10, 15 years from now? Where are we going to be?
I think it's too late for the bunkers.
We done? We done? We ain't got, if you don't got a basement, you don't got nowhere to go.
I'm not, look, I'm so serious. Like I think is about late for the bunkers. Cause why?
Yeah.
And I'm saying
And where
like,
and where the supply is going to come from, because we're in a shortage with everything. So where the supply is going to come from to build the bunkers anyway?
you know
We in a
what?
shortage.
I was listening to Jaguar, right,
Yes.
a few weeks ago, and I came across this video that she actually made. Well, she was on talking to somebody else, and she was like, um, she knows what's coming, but she wouldn't say it because it will cause major panic in this world.
Ah. And she's
She
long
was
been a keeper of secrets. She really has. So that's
right,
interesting. That's very interesting that she said
and
that.
she was just like, she's just basically getting prepared and just basically grow your own food.
Hmm. We're seeing more
Because
and more of
honestly,
that.
we don't know what's coming. And the most scariest part about all of this is that people are trying to push agendas.
That part right there.
And that part right there, it's like, now, should all this be happening naturally? Or do people really have to push things? Because I'm confused right now.
I'm
Um,
hella confused.
oh, I also saw a video where Mr. President said that he kept saying he doesn't think he will be able to make heaven.
Really?
So he said as far as he gonna go up to heaven, allegedly, is being on a plane. That's as close as he gonna get.
Well,
And
that's
all of
not
these things make me think. When y'all say these things, it really make people think about
it
what it
does.
is that y'all got going on.
What do you have going on? What do you have going on? To make a statement like that and to know that the platform that he has, and his Truth Social, the fact that he's in office and the fact that we have all these people obsessed with him and his beliefs and think that he's, making America great again. It's like you're blowing it up just to, sorry, you are uh, breaking it down to put it back together, so to speak, but only for those that can afford to do that, does not make any sense. Changes that they're making to job categories, people that are nurses and people that are in the world of social work, their classification is being changed. There's an agenda, a bill that's being pushed to allow the minimum working age of a child to be 10 years old. Why would a 10-year-old need to be working? Why would a 10-year-old be able to go out and get a worker's permit? Why?
That's a lot. And I also want to say that there was a statement made. And now I do think about this because a lot of laws and a lot of things that we have been implicated through different governments throughout time.
Hmm.
Um, Allegedly, some of the laws have really impacted our lives a
Yeah.
lot. So I wonder sometimes with the statement this person made was actually everything have to be undone to be redone the right way.
You got to tear it down in order to build it back and
And
for it to
no,
be
I
built back.
don't think everybody is bad. And no, I don't think everybody is evil. I
Hmm.
do feel like they are evil forces, but we do also have good people still. So, you know, it's like two sides fighting, trying to get things done.
Absolutely.
And in a way, I do feel like some things have to be crushed in order to build a better system that's going to serve the people, not the higher ups,
But the
but the
people,
people, the
but the
regular
people.
people. Those that you say that live in poverty, those that you say that live in middle class, homeless people. I'm talking about regular people.
So
I don't know.
let me ask you this. We're talking about regular people and we're talking about issues and what's going on in the world. Some of the
Not
most,
puppets,
no, not at all. Some of the
not
most,
not aliens,
not aliens, definitely not
allegedly.
aliens, allegedly. Some of the most important issues that we're dealing with right now at this time, and just tell me once I've read through them how this really impacts us regular people. We have a problem with anti-corruption and transparency, arms control and non-proliferation, climate and environment, climate crisis, combating drugs and crime, counterterrorism, cyber issues, economic prosperity and trade policy. What that got to do with mama Sue and Daddy John that just work their regular jobs 9 to 5 and shop at Kroger? What do any
Uh,
of these
uh,
issues
uh,
have to do with them?
should I stutter? Nothing. Because at the end of the day, grandpa and grandma is not on the internet. So they
Right.
don't really care about all this data or whatever y'all got going on with the internet. Like these disability checks, this housing problem, this food issue, this why we busting our butt at work problem. And
Why can't we afford our diabetes medication because everybody wants to be on Ozempic? Why? Why that? Why are we considering lowering the minimum age for a worker's permit to be 10 years old? I mean, why? How they gonna get there, first of all? And they're gonna be and how does that work with school? You can have a 10-year-old with a part-time job going to school full-time. One of them's got to give, unless you're expecting them to do both. Like, this is the type of nonsensical scenarios that is being passed around in Congress and Senate, and people that are making decisions for our futures, that it just does not make any sense to me. So that's why I am like, what in the world? What kind of world am I living in where it's even a consideration for a 10-year-old that's a fifth grader to be working a job?
I'll make my final statement when you're done.
I'm done.
Um,
I'm done.
because
I'm done.
um,
That was it for me. After I went through that, I was like,
you
mm-mm,
did good.
can't participate. That's it. We're not 10 years old. That's it. I'm out. I
You
can't
did
subscribe
good.
to this.
But I do want to reiterate what someone said online, and I want to read it because
Yes, go ahead.
she was sick and tired of the boo that's going on right now. And I could hear it in her voice.
I'm glad she
So
spoke up about it.
I'll just read it, and I wrote it down just so I can read it, like
Okay.
not exactly how she said, but
Right.
somewhat. And
Right. Paraphrase.
I just wanted to bring it up because it was good.
Okay.
It was interesting what she
Gotcha.
said. She said, and this is Jamie Lay, I believe that's her name, but
Okay.
poisoning our food. Oh, I hear the echo.
Okay.
Okay. She said, poisoning our food, our air, our water, all the destructions going on, controlling everything and putting us against each other just so we don't go against them. Tired of billionaires running everything. She also stated how nothing makes sense, says why she has to go to find a made up job that adds nothing to society just to feed herself and and others, their family. I'll just add that on there. But yeah.
Well said. Um, Thank you for reading that. Thank you for sharing that. And I believe it's a sentiment. She's not alone in those thoughts, and definitely not alone in those beliefs. We really are in a state of what in the world? I mean, we just walking around here shrugging. I don't know. I don't know. The banks might shut down tomorrow. Then what we gonna do then?
Right. Cause our money in there.
Right. What we gonna do then? What do we
You
what
about
what
to listen, if you start messing with people money like that in America, in in the United States, I'm gonna say United States because um, I believe America to be a whole, but the US, yeah, you gonna have some issues in these streets. Allegedly. Allegedly, it's gonna be some issues. Because people gonna have to feed their children, they have to feed their family. And once you take that away from people and the
Baby, it's a
ability to
wrap. Baby, it's a
and
wrap.
the
They're gonna be
ability to do that, it's gonna be a whole nother mm.
yeah. We're going to be
Hey
really
Bree.
a
Hey. You had some people. You're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Bree said hello.
hi.
Hi. But
Thanks,
yeah,
y'all.
I just wanted to read that because it was kind of like I felt where she was coming from. So I was like, this would be good to read because how everybody is feeling right now. And on top of being tired, losing 1 hour of sleep, like all of those things going on for the last week. I know me personally, yes, I was feeling a little drained, but I work hard to get myself out of certain situations because I don't want it to consume my life. Some
Exactly.
things are important,
Yeah.
but it's not that serious to me where it's going to interrupt my peace. Because
Peace is
at the
important.
same time, you have people out here that just want your energy and they go out here and make up situations, make up a distraction just to be those like drain your energy.
Drain your energy. The
So
energy
be
vampires.
careful with the things you listen to. Be careful of the things that you get into. Make sure y'all doing y'all research. Make sure you're preparing. Make sure you have your family covered by the blood. Just
Hmm.
keep
And
doing you.
align yourself. Again, we've talked about this before. Align yourself with like-minded individuals, people that have similar thoughts that you have as well. You're much stronger together. That's how you build and form a community. If enough of us can get together, we can impact the change if we all take the steps and do our parts to help move things forward and to bring about the change.
And
But
keep doing your prayers, your manifestations, all of that. Yes, don't stop. Don't stop.
definitely don't stop doing that. But we're gonna continue to push it forward and to march onward and upward through
Hey,
the tiredness,
Archie.
through the fatigue of it all. We
Absolutely.
thank you so much, everyone who tuned in and joined and listened to our convo this evening. We will see y'all back next week, next Sunday, for another episode.
Absolutely.
And just all of y'all, like, just be safe. Just be safe. If I see another
Control
video,
what you can control.
right,
In your own circle.
yeah, just be careful and be careful with who you like. Like I said, be careful with who you surround yourself with. You need to know who you with. When something about to go off, you need to know who you with when something's happening, because you don't want to see yourself in an unfortunate situation. And I've seen lots of stories about these unfortunate situations of the wrong place in the wrong time because somebody was with somebody and they didn't know that this person was carrying something that they shouldn't have been carrying, or some things that they shouldn't have been carrying, and they wind up in trouble. So do your best to keep your head up. We're here if you need us. You can always conversate with us, chat with us. We love to get into it and respond back to y'all. Thanks again for joining and tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Love you. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.